Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown and happy to bring you the latest major events here and elsewhere on the planet in the last 24 hours news cycle. And atop today's global news leaderboard is a phenomenon in outer space when three celestial bodies align, resulting in the obscured visage of one body or astronomical object from the viewer. And on April 8th, the Great American Total Solar Eclipse will unfold in space, with the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, Texas, Indiana, and upstate New York in the United States having the best view when the moon comes between the Earth and Sun to completely block the view of the latter and plunging the Earth in darkness. Unfortunately, none of this rare and spectacular phenomenon will be visible from anywhere in the Philippines, where superstitious beliefs galore, mostly of the negative or bad kind among the country's ethnicities. The country with 10,000 lakes has been adjudged the happiest place on the planet 7 years in a row. But even in paradise, where the instances of trouble are nearly non-existent, a tinge of imperfection is bound to happen. The peace and quiet of Nordic utopia was broken by a school shooting incident in which the shooter and the victims, all three of them, were adolescents in their preteen years. Reports have it the shooter is in the custody of police, who showed up in the nick of time. The three shooting victims were taken to a nearby hospital, though their condition are still unknown. The four kids are from the Vertola Comprehensive School in Vanta, a suburb of Helsinki. The foreign policy of U.S. President Joe Biden and his predecessor are at the heart of the NATO and EU sense of security. One wants to keep the nurture and alliances, the others seek to break them. VOA correspondent Scott Stearns tells us more.
75 years after its start, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization remains the most direct U.S. engagement in European security. Founded after the Second World War, NATO originally joined the United States and 11 European nations in promising to come to each other's aid if any one of them is attacked. Then U.S. President Harry Truman.
If there is anything certain today, if there is anything inevitable in the future, it is the will of the people of the world for freedom and for peace.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine, NATO's response, and what it says about America's role in European security separate U.S. presidential candidates Joe Biden and Donald Trump. When he was president, Trump told NATO leaders they were not paying enough for their own protection.
The one that benefits really the least is the United States. We benefit the least. We're helping Europe. Europe unites and they go against a common foe. That may or may not be a foe. Can't tell you that. But there are other foes out there also.
5 years later, Trump told a campaign rally in South Carolina that getting tough with NATO members worked.
NATO was busted until I came along. I said, everybody's going to pay. They said, well, if we don't pay, are you still going to protect us? I said, absolutely not. They couldn't believe the answer. And everybody, you never saw more money pour in.
NATO has grown since the Trump administration. Sweden and Finland joined the alliance in the last year or so, in its biggest expansion since the fall of the Soviet Union allowed Eastern European countries to join NATO. Biden says standing up to Russian aggression together shows NATO is working.
Before the war started, I told Putin that if he invaded Ukraine, NATO would not only get stronger, but would get more united. And he would see democracies in the world stand up and oppose his aggression and defend the rules-based order. And that's exactly what we're seeing today.
As president, Trump prioritized relations with Russia and Vladimir Putin. Campaigning for a second term, he recalled a NATO leader asking about Russian threats.
One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
Biden says that approach to European security is dangerous for America.
A former Republican president tells Putin, quote, do whatever the hell you want. That's a quote. A former president actually said that, bowing down to a Russian leader. I think it's outrageous. It's dangerous and it's unacceptable.
Trump told the conservative British television network GB News that he backs NATO if everyone pays their fair share.
If they play fair, if they start to play fair, America's there.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Thank you.
Biden says NATO is stronger and more united than ever and is central to the foreign policy goals of his re-election campaign. Scott Stearns, VOA News.
At this moment, we shift focus to our Pine City studios for the latest developments brewing in the Cordilleras from our PTV colleague, Ala.
May mag-arabi Pilipinas, dumurdong as ti turismo iti Cordillera ngem, sigun iti Department of Tourism, kadakkelan akari ti dalan, amang konektar kadagiti nagduduma a probinsya iti riyon. Inaklunmot lang ti DOT Cordillera akasapulan pay ang mapasayat ti turismo kadagiti probinsya tapno may paay ti quality tourist experience. Gaputa parikot ti connectivity kasapulan pay nga agrikos dagiti turista iti dadduma ang lugar. Dagitoy apakseknan ti kayat a solusyonan ti DOT iti panakisangkat ti Tourism Investment Forum. Naipakamumutlaang ti National Tourism Development Plan 2023 to 2028 ti strategiya ti DOT, CCE, wero connectivity, convergence, ken equality. At adalanan ti ahensya dagiti nagduduma a programa a may tunos iti Tourism Development Plan tapno ad-adapay a mapaduras ken may talo ti turismo iti Cordillera.
Yun naman, the connectivity, accessibility, and equality, quality of tourism products, and also the need for us to digitalize, no? Kasi that is how we can widen our reach, our market. Ang hirap naman makipag-compete tapos hindi ka abutan ng Wi-Fi, di ba? Walang internet connectivity.
Iti sa Balipay adambag na surok 15 million pesos agatad ti illegal a droga ti nakumpiskarken sa nga pulo a drug personalities ti napiliw iti nagsisina nga anti-illegal drug operations iti Cordillera. Iti report ti Regional Operations Division nasurok 12 grams ti maatap a shabu ti nakumpiskar nga agatad iti nasurok 83,000 pesos. Inam a drug personalities ti natiliw ti Benguet Police Provincial Office ken sagdua ti Baguio City Police Office ken Ifugao Police Provincial Office. Pito dagiti nabigbig as street level individuals ken tallo ti high value individuals. Aminda sumango iti kaso panaglabsing iti Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Kabiyata na itimot nagsina ang marijuana eradication operations nasa 32,000 fully grown marijuana plants, 500 pieces marijuana seedlings, ken 70,000 pieces marijuana stalks. Tinadadaal ken nauram iti sangapulok maysa a plantation sites iti Benguet ken Kalinga. Amin dagitoy agatad iti agro 15 million pesos. Mangipatumbal pay dagiti pulis iti barangay visitations ken information campaigns tapno may patumpal ti anti-illegal drug efforts ti pulisya iti komunidad. Dagita dagiti damdamag manipod ditoy PTV Cordillera, siak ni Ala Sunduan, naibag arabi.
Thank you, Ala, and that is all she wrote for tonight. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same location, on your remote and browser for the latest breaking news here and elsewhere on the planet. William Theo wishing you all a restful night ahead.